All right, buckle up, everybody, because we are diving deep into AgentStore.
Yeah, this is a big one.
It could seriously change how we interact with computers.
For sure.
So think Jarvis from Iron Man,
Yeah.
but like way more practical and way more real.
Right, like AI assistants for, well, basically any computer task you can imagine,
Yeah.
all working together seamlessly behind the scenes.
That's the future AgentStore is aiming for.
Definitely. And a lot of it hinges on these multimodal large language models.
Yeah.
MLLMs for short.
Okay. MLMs.
They're kind of the brains behind these really incredible AI agents.
So we're not just talking about one single AI like doing everything, but a whole bunch of specialized AI agents, each with their own expertise.
Exactly. And that's actually what makes AgentStore so unique.
Okay.
You see, existing AI agents, they tend to be either too general,
Okay.
meaning they can kind of do a lot, but not super well, or too specialized, meaning they can only handle very specific tasks.
Yeah, makes sense.
AgentStore solves that by, well, creating this platform where you can have tons of specialized agents all working together.
Oh,
Sort of like apps on your smartphone.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah, it helps to visualize it.
So it's like instead of having, that toolbox with just a hammer or a tool for every single tiny screw imaginable, we've got this whole set of specialized tools that can be used together.
Precisely.
Okay, cool.
So AgentStore lets these specialized AI agents, collaborate and tackle these really complex tasks that honestly were just impossible for AI to handle before.
Wow, that is a game changer.
It is.
So tell me, how do these agents actually get into AgentStore? Is there like an application process?
You can think of it like submitting an app to the App Store.
Got it.
Developers provide all this detailed information about their agent's capabilities and limitations and the specific software that it works with, even, like demonstrations of what it can do.
Right, so you have to prove it actually works.
Exactly. This is called agent enroll.
Agent role.
And it made sure that every agent in the AgentStore meets, certain quality standards.
That makes sense.
Keeps things running smoothly.
So then all these specialized agents, they just kind of hang out in a pool waiting to be assigned a task.
Yeah, you could say that. It's called the agent pool.
The agent pool.
And when a task comes in, there's another AI called MetaAgent that acts as the manager.
I see.
It figures out which agent or agents are best suited for the job.
So MetaAgent is like the ultimate project manager, making sure the right specialist gets assigned to each task.
Exactly. It's really impressive how it works.
That's incredible.
It is.
But how does it keep track of all these different agents and know how to use them?
Well, that's where AgentToken comes in.
Okay.
It's this unique identifier assigned to each agent.
Right.
And it lets MetaAgent efficiently manage and coordinate them.
So like a digital filing system. Each agent has a specific label that tells MetaAgent, okay, this is what this one does. This is how you activate it.
You got it. So AgentToken, it's kind of the key to making this whole system work.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, the research shows it actually outperforms other methods when it comes to managing all these AI agents. It's faster, it's more accurate, and it uses data more efficiently.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
So that's super important.
It is, very much so.
Now, what about when a task needs multiple agents to work together?
Oh, that's a great question. So MetaAgent actually has a solution for that too.
Of course it does.
It can act as what they call a hash manager.
Hash manager.
Yeah, basically it breaks down these complex tasks into smaller subtasks and then assigns each subtask to the perfect specialist agent.
Oh, wow.
Like having a master delegator, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Amazing.
It is.
So MetaAgent picks the right agents, but also figures out how to break down a task and delegate it effectively.
Precisely.
Sounds like this MetaAgent is the real star of the show.
Well, it plays a pretty pivotal role. But what's even more impressive is AgentStore doesn't just rely on, developers to provide all the information.
Oh, really?
It can actually learn and improve over time.
Really?
Through a process called self-instruct.
Self-instruct?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I mean, that sounds almost like it's constantly teaching itself to be better.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
It uses the initial information from the developers during agent enroll. Remember all those descriptions?
Yeah.
Those capabilities, limitations, examples. It uses those to generate new examples and scenarios for each agent.
Wow.
It's like giving the system a writing prompt based on what it knows, and then letting it come up with creative ways to challenge each agent.
So it's taking what it knows And then creating its own learning opportunities from that.
Exactly. It's a really fascinating process.
That's awesome.
It is.
So AgentStore is not just managing a whole team of specialized AI agents. It's also learning and getting better at it all the time.
Exactly.
This self-instruct concept is mind-blowing.
Yeah, and it leads to some pretty amazing real-world examples of how AgentStore is being used to tackle these complex tasks that, frankly, were beyond the capabilities of AI before.
Okay, so let's get into some of these real-world applications because I'm really curious to see how AgentStore is actually being used to make our lives easier.
Yeah, let's dive into those.
Okay, so last time we were talking about those really impressive real-world examples like automating email forwarding and Thunderbird.
Right.
But I'm still kind of stuck on this whole self-instruct thing.
Sure.
It's like AgentStore has its own built-in learning system.
It does.
Right.
That's a great way to put it.
So it's constantly learning and improving, but without needing like someone to hold its hand through it all.
Exactly. It's really quite remarkable.
Yeah.
Self-instruct lets AgentStore continually learn and improve without, constant human intervention.
Okay.
It takes that initial information from the developers during Agent 10 roll, remember?
Yeah.
All those descriptions of capabilities, limitations, all the examples.
Right.
And it uses those to generate these new scenarios and tasks for each agent.
So it's basically using what it already knows to create like new learning opportunities.
Precisely.
Wow.
It's like giving the system a writing prompt based on existing information.
Oh, okay.
And then just letting it come up with new ways to challenge each agent.
I see. But how do we know these self-generated scenarios are actually useful for learning?
That's where things get really interesting. They use something called BERT score to evaluate the quality and relevance of these self-generated examples.
BERT score.
Yeah, it basically compares them to the original, human-provided examples.
Okay.
Measures how similar they are.
Got it.
So it's like a built-in quality control check, you could say.
Oh, I see.
To make sure the system's staying on track, learning the right things.
Okay, that makes sense. So they're not just letting it run wild, they're making sure it's learning the right stuff.
Exactly. They even use specific thresholds to filter out examples that are either too similar or too different from the original ones.
Makes sense.
So, it's adding this valuable data to the training process.
That's really cool. So it's like it's thinking ahead, making sure it's not just learning the same thing over and over again.
Right. It's about adding diversity to the training data.
Yeah. Okay, so how does all of this tie back to those agent tokens we talked about earlier?
Oh, that's a great question. Remember, each agent has its own unique agent token.
Right, those unique identifiers that tell MetaAgent everything it needs to know about each agent.
Exactly. And those agent tokens are actually learned during this self-instruct process.
Really?
Yeah, as the system's generating these new examples, new scenarios, it's also refining its understanding of, which token represents which agent and how to activate them.
So it's not just learning new tasks, it's learning more about its own team, so to speak.
Exactly. It's a dynamic process. That ensures that AgentStore is always optimizing its knowledge, its skills, and the research paper really highlights just how efficient this is.
Okay.
Requires way less data and training time compared to other AI techniques.
That's huge.
It is, especially when you think about how fast AI is developing.
Right.
It feels like AgentToken is really the secret weapon that makes AgentStore so adaptable and scalable.
Yeah, it does.
It's definitely a key innovation.
Okay, so they compared AgentToken to other more established methods.
They did. They looked at fine-tuning and in-context learning, these more traditional approaches.
Right.
And, well, the results were really impressive.
I bet.
AgentToken just consistently outperformed these other approaches.
In what ways?
Accuracy, speed, how efficiently it used the data across the board.
So they really seem to have cracked the code when it comes to managing and coordinating multiple AI agents.
I think so, yeah.
But we've been talking a lot about individual agents. What about those situations where you need like multiple agents to work together on a more complex task? How does AgentStore handle that?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Remember that hash manager concept we talked about?
Yeah.
That's how MetaAgent handles those complex multi-agent tasks.
So.
To really test this, they created a new benchmark.
Okay.
It's called Osworld Multi.
Osworld Multi, okay.
It's specifically designed to evaluate how well the system can coordinate multiple agents.
So they basically took the original Oswald benchmark and they made it even harder.
You could say that, yeah.
Okay.
They took those existing tasks from Oswald and they combined them in ways that required, two even more agents to collaborate.
I see. So like really putting those project management skills of MetaAgent to the test.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So the big question was, could it handle that level of complexity?
Right.
And the results, well, they were extremely promising.
Okay, good.
AgentToken, with its ability to manage all these agents so efficiently, it significantly outperformed the other methods in almost every aspect.
Wow. So it's not just about having a lot of specialized AI agents. It's about having a system that knows how to use them properly.
Exactly. It's about having a system that can intelligently manage and coordinate those agents to achieve a common goal.
Okay.
That's what makes AgentStore so groundbreaking. It's a glimpse into a future where AI isn't just automating these individual tasks, but orchestrating these complex workflows
Right.
across multiple applications, multiple agents.
It's like having this whole team of AI assistants all working together behind the scenes. You don't even have to worry about it.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. And the potential applications are just vast.
Okay.
I mean, imagine automating research tasks, data analysis, even managing complex projects across different software platforms. It's a level of automation we haven't seen before.
This is mind-blowing stuff.
It is.
I am very excited to hear about those real-world examples you mentioned earlier.
Okay, so let's delve into those in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
And we can explore just what kind of impact AgentStore could have on the future of, well, work and technology in general.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground with AgentStore.
We have.
I'm really eager to dig into those real-world applications you were talking about. See how it's actually being used to solve these complex problems.
Yeah, for sure. So one example that really showcases the power of AgentStore, well, think about booking a flight.
Okay.
All those different websites, comparing prices, selecting seats,
Yeah.
inputting passenger info. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite way to spend an afternoon.
Yeah.
So how does AgentStore make this any easier?
Imagine you just tell AgentStore, book me a flight from London to Tokyo on these dates with, these preferences.
Okay.
And then MetaAgent just takes over, breaks that complex task down into smaller pieces, and assigns each one to the right agent.
So it's like having your own personal travel agent working behind the scenes.
Exactly. You've got specialized agents for searching those flight databases, comparing prices, picking the best options based on, what you're looking for, and even handling the booking process itself.
So AgentStore takes all the hassle out of booking a flight. What else can it do? What other real-world tasks can it handle?
Well, another really compelling example, think about financial analysis.
Okay.
Imagine being able to analyze market trends, generate financial reports, even manage investments, all with the help of AI.
That sounds like a dream for anyone who works with financial data.
It is. It really is. And AgentStore can handle these tasks with, incredible speed and accuracy. You've got specialized agents that can gather data from, well, all these different sources, perform those complex calculations, generate those insightful reports, and even automate investment decisions.
So it's like having a whole team of financial analysts just working in the background?
Exactly. Crunching numbers, generating insights. You don't even have to lift a finger. And the exciting thing is, this is just the beginning.
Right. So as more specialized agents get, developed and added to AgentStore, the potential just explodes.
It does. It really feels like we're on the edge of this major shift in how we interact with technology.
Yeah.
This seamless integration of AI into our everyday lives could be revolutionary.
It could. It really could. It's like, imagine a future where AI is handling all those repetitive, time-consuming tasks, leaving us free to focus on more, creative things.
Exactly. Strategic things, more meaningful work.
That's a future I can definitely get behind.
Me too.
This deep dive has been incredible.
Yeah.
AgentStore is definitely something to keep an eye on.
It is. And, the key takeaway here is to keep exploring, keep learning, and never stop asking those questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
The world of AI is constantly changing, and, well, who knows what other groundbreaking technologies are just around the corner.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AgentStore. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic.
See you then.
Until then, keep those minds curious.